And you thought you had terrible parents. A college student on Reddit is reeling after finding out that her parents opened several credit cards in her name, and now she owes $15,000 in debt. Identity theft is a terrifying experience, and basically we're all sitting ducks. Data security experts say there have been so many data breaches in the digital age that it's almost certain that everyone's social security number has been compromised. Yes, everyone's. Now, it's one thing when the person stealing your identity is some rando out on the internet, but when it's your literal parents, well, that's a whole other ball of wax.
My dad has opened 3 credit cards in my name.
In your name?
In my name.
Over the course of how?
Like, since I was 18, since I could get a credit card.
So over the last 6 years, he's opened 3 cards in your name?
Yeah.
What is he doing with this?
DoorDash.
He's just doing DoorDash?
Yeah.
That's one of your hobbies?
Yeah. It runs in the family.
So I want to talk about these raggedy-ass parents that be putting shit in their kid's name without their permission or consent. Just because you're somebody's parent don't mean you can do what the fuck ever you want to do with their social security card number.
Hey, what up, people?
Welcome back.
Can you tell that we're recording 3 videos in the same day?
No.
Oh, okay. Anyway, today, as in the day this is uploaded, we're talking about parents and their kids' credit and how they ruin it.
Yeah. In particular, parents are scamming their kids.
Yeah, there's multiple ways a parent can ruin their kids' credit. One, not teaching them about credit cards. We had a friend that did not know, that didn't have a credit card until like, what, 20 or 22?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
And then we got parents that use the kids' money, and that's what we're talking about today. So, yeah.
If you are that parent, please do not be that parent. And kids, don't let your parents scam you. It's not okay.
If you're that parent, walk down a dark alley. Yeah.
Anyway.
I want to talk about these raggedy-ass parents that be putting shit in their kid's name without their permission or consent. Just because you're somebody's parent don't mean you can do what the fuck ever you want to do with their social security card number.
Nope.
Why do I got lights in my name and I'm 5 years old? That shit is trifling as fuck. Just because you fucked your name up, don't try to put me on the list of fucked up ass names. And I'm only speaking on this because I just found out some shit recently that pissed me off. And it's affecting me today. So when y'all put bullshit ass things in people's name and then don't pay for it, they grow up having to owe that shit. And you don't care because it's not on your name. You need to be in jail. Honestly and truly. Right. Why would you put something in somebody's name and not pay it? And then look at them like they stupid when they coming at you trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. That shit blows my motherfucking mind. I can't even fathom how somebody would think that shit's okay, parent or not. Why would you do that to somebody? And now we have to grow up and figure out how to fix this shit. Like, come on now, that's trifling as fuck. But y'all older generation always did this and y'all did that and y'all so good. Shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear that shit. Not no motherfucking more. And it's always the older black generation that always talking about shit, but y'all the ones that was sweeping problems under the rugs, sweeping fucking rapes under the rugs, sweeping doing fucked up shit under the rug, but y'all got so much to say about our generation and the up-and-coming generations. Y'all sound crazy as fuck. Y'all can log out. For real.
Ooh, if I could talk about the issues of the black community, what we let pass, dog, I would be here for a whole, 2 years.
Can't even talk about that on YouTube, man.
No, we can't.
Which is crazy. Like, we need to be able to talk about crazy issues like this on a platform. It helps people through their experiences and helps prevent issues.
I don't think we can even keep the last words he said on this video.
I don't even know.
There's so many times, like, ooh, man, he's no, he's real for that. Ooh, they get me heated sometimes.
Real.
But no, black parents really think they can just do anything they want to do. Not even just black parents. Any parent think they can just do anything they want with a kid.
Well, I gave birth to you and blah, blah, blah. I fed you. Then nobody has to be here. You shouldn't have had me if it was such a hassle.
For real. Oh, I gave you food. That's something you got to do as a parent or you'll go to jail.
Because they would be the same type of parent that they ruined your credit, but then you're an adult and then you find out that you can't even rent an apartment or get student loans or anything to set yourself up to move out of there. And they're like, why aren't you moved out yet? I can't believe this. You should have got your finances right. You ruined my credit.
Hey, why can't you drive? I did not pay for your driving lesson in high school. Why don't you got a job yet? Even though I legit kept you from getting a job at high school.
And then don't teach you about finances. Like, make it make sense.
Why are you going to go to school and then help out with school stuff?
I feel like most of the stuff that kids have with their parents, it's their parents projecting onto them.
Yeah.
They act like they want them to get out and be successful, but they actually don't want that because they want someone around that needs them so that they feel important.
And I'll say this, parents do project in every way they can. They'll compare you to other kids.
True.
Who are living like, oh, this kid is not allowed to play video games at all. I said that to you. Why aren't you as good as them? Because they are nerd that parents are overbearing.
Like, we're all different. We all have our different skill sets and career paths. So, like, let's stop comparing.
For real. And it sucks. It's the worst thing you can do. But let's get back on topic, though. Sorry. There's so much things that you need to talk about with black families. Myself, because I'm a black man, you know. But this mess right here is fraud. It's clear-cut fraud.
Oh, yeah. Illegal. And the parents, they have, like, all of the information they need to commit identity fraud. So they could do it again.
Yeah, they got last name. They know their own maiden name.
You might have to call the police on your parent if they're out here doing this because that's the only way to stop it. They need to serve time and, like, have a restraining order, have the feds looking at them so that they can't do this any further.
To a certain point, an extent, you have to, if your family does something to you like this, they have to go to jail.
It's sad, but it has to happen.
And if they ruin their own life that way, oh well, they ruined yours. You can't be caring about someone's life they didn't care about yours.
Exactly. And this right here, opening bills in your kid's name, that's more traumatic to them than just not having the lights on for a month.
For real.
Because they might not understand it as a kid, but in the future they will understand it and they will be thankful that you didn't ruin their credit and take out bills in their names and then you just didn't pay it back.
For real.
There's always other resources. So.
And you know darn well they did not take the money that was saved and put it somewhere and so they get into a spot they're stuck at still. They're still stuck in that spot.
Exactly.
Horrible. Horrible.
Oh, what the heck?
Oh, because the darn old, hit leave, because it kept typing.
And you thought you had terrible parents. A college student on Reddit is reeling after finding out that her parents opened several credit cards in her name, and now she owes $15,000 in debt. Identity theft is a terrifying experience, and basically, we're all sitting ducks. Data security experts say there have been so many data breaches in the digital age that it's almost certain that everyone's social security number has been compromised. Yes, everyone's. Now, it's one thing when the person stealing your identity is some rando out on the internet, but when it's your literal parents, well, that's a whole other ball of wax. In this person's case, she came home from her freshman year of college to find an envelope addressed to her from a collections agency. She, of course, confronted them and a huge fight ensued, in which her mom said that her parents did the same thing to her when she turned 18. Oh, well, in that case, no big deal. She then told her daughter she could just declare bankruptcy since she's young and it won't matter, which is not how things work in the first place. But this young woman is also pursuing a career working for the government, which a bankruptcy on her record will likely disqualify her from. When she protested, her parents gave her an absolutely insane ultimatum. Declare bankruptcy or move out by the end of the month. The problem is, the law is crystal clear. Whether it's a rando on the internet or your very own parents, identity theft is a federal crime that carries up to a 15-year prison sentence. Experts say it's vital to report identity theft to the Federal Trade Commission and to press charges, whether you know the culprit or not, to avoid being held liable for any charges or worse, ending up with a criminal record if the culprit used your identity to do crimes. Pressing charges is easier said than done, of course. It will almost certainly end a relationship with their parents. But at the end of the day, they aren't parents anyway. Blithely ruining your daughter's future for your own gain, and then having the temerity to put the onus on her to fix it? That's way more than just a crime. It's abuse.
No, yeah, I at that point, if he's giving the ultimatum to either be okay with it or get out, you just use my thing that you know what I was doing in college. You don't care. It's over for all of us at this point.
At that point, it's not even worth it to worry about the relationship. Like, it needs to be done.
You automatically know they don't care about you. And also, here's the thing, though. That's what always the boil down to. Parents act like they're so smart, but they're so uneducated on a lot of subjects.
Yeah.
I know I've never had to deal with something like this crazy, but I remember like, oh, hey, my computer's effing up. It's your game's fault. Mom, your computer is legit a Mac from 2008. It's destroyed. It's something so crusted, dusted.
It's so stupid. And then the comment that, like, oh, my mom did the same thing when I was 18. Like, okay, so that makes it okay?
It's not. And like it's like a trauma thing, but they're not told that it's not okay.
They
in the
love
first place.
also passing down trauma.
They do.
To their kids, and it's like it needs to stop.
It really does. It's like, bro, just because you were traumatized doesn't mean okay, it's traumatized kids. Your parents suck, so why are you gonna act like it's not stupid?
Exactly. You ruined her job because a bankruptcy ruins your credit for a certain amount of time, like a decade. And government jobs, they look into all of that. You can't have like crazy amount of debt or bankruptcy, bad credit, or anything. Like, what the heck?
For real. Ooh wee.
That's not it.
It's not okay. Yeah, she needs to press charges.
Yep. Immediately.
They don't care about her in the first place.
Hope she knows.
Explain to me why it's legal or how it's even possible that your parents could just open up a credit card in your name and start running the bill up. I just found out that my mom did this to me when I was a kid. Now there's a credit card in my name that has like a couple $100 on it, which is crazy. So I just hit her up a couple days ago. I was like, Mom, what are you going to pay me? Like, you owe me money. Like, are you going to give me the money for this? She was like, Joshua, let's not get into like money stuff. It's weird between family. So then I was like, me getting into money stuff? You started it. So I was like, no, you owe me money. And she was like, okay, if we're going on that path, I mean, don't I still pay your phone bill? Like, do you want me to stop paying your phone bill? You're a grown man. And I was like, where is God in this conversation? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like we've lost, this conversation has lost its direction. It's lost its couth, because I want to center him in every conversation I have, and I just in this I don't feel his guidance in this conversation. And then she was like, also, when we were in LA, didn't I have a rental car and you took it and got a $300 speeding ticket and I paid that off as well? Do you owe me money for that, Joshua? And I was like, well, dagnabbit, we've lost him. He's not here with us anymore. Moral of the story is you shouldn't be able to open up a line of credit for somebody else. And I'm not mad at my mom as much as I'm mad at y'all, the banks, for allowing her to do that. Because now you got her acting all un-Christ-like.
The heck?
Bro, what?
No, that right there, though. Because that's insane. They'll probably be like, well, I did it to feed you and all of this. But there will also be no shame in using your other actual resources to feed us.
Yeah.
Without ruining my credit. And I mean, like, we all go through things that shapes us, so it's not like you could turn it around. Your kid would not be that traumatized. Like,
look at it here. Okay, so I use my kids' information to rack up a credit card bill so I can feed them, right? And then in the future, they're screwed. They can't get nothing because they have so much credit card debt. Their credit's destroyed. They can't feed themselves now. Does that make sense to you?
The lesser of two evils is just doing what you can. The lights might have to be turned off for a second.
Yep.
You did what you could as a parent. This right here, that's not okay. You're just putting them in the same repeated cycle, apparently.
Yeah, because your ploy to save them from suffering made them suffer more, and now they hate you. They will not hate you as much if they're just broken poor, had no food, and now they're somewhere else where they're not as broken poor.
Exactly. And there's people that actually will open up credit cards for their kids, but it's just to build their credit in the future. So they're not like scamming them.
Yeah.
But they're opening up for them so that in the future they can have nice credit very early on.
For real. And honestly, that makes me realize why had not been a law to not have someone who is basically a newborn have a credit card.
I don't know.
The government should be working on that, probably.
They really should.
Probably can't because the banks like that idea. Scamming.
Yeah, most likely.
For the longest time when I was a kid, we were never allowed to check the mail. Like, absolutely not. Complete and utter taboo. You cannot check the mail. So I turned 18, was about to leave for college, or was in college, one or the other. And I go home for the weekend because I had to work and I needed to sleep somewhere, and she gave away my room to my brother, so I slept on the couch. And I checked the mail before they did because I was 18. What were they going to do? Ground me? And in the mailbox was a letter addressed to me that was from a cable company that I am not a member of. I confronted my mom and I got yelled at for checking the mail, and it was none of my business. I was so mad I didn't talk to her for a couple days, which, looking back, was a mistake on my part because about a week later, she was involved in a horrific accident that put her into a coma. So, it was at this time I decided to take care of it. I went to the cable company. I showed them the letter. They're like, all right, pay us the $400 some. And I showed them my ID and I was like, look, this started in 2004 and I was 14. So the lady was irritated, rolled her eyes and told me I had to call the police. So I called the police. It wasn't in that county. I had to call a county we used to live in, call that police that actually decided to help me. And then they told me I ended up having to call the FBI. It was a weird thing. So after I get all my reports in and everything, I found out it was actually dropped. So because my mom was in a coma, my stepdad told them that he had nothing to do with it. It was all her fault. She's in a coma, cannot speak for herself, and they dropped it and reset my credit to 0. My siblings, however, were not nearly as lucky as I was in that department. And you know, looking back on it, when I was like 14, 15, I actually did overhear a few phone calls from my stepdad, who was calling some company and saying that he was my boyfriend and he was trying to just manage some account. So, you know, when you're 14, 15, you have no idea what's happening. You're not allowed to speak up, let me tell you. Hello? Bad things would happen. Hello? So, you know.
I'm pretty sure
parents, am I right?
I'm pretty sure you gotta be a certain age to open that up. So they heard some dude saying, oh yeah, I'm her boyfriend of a 14-year-old.
And boyfriend, like, you're not married. I thought that, I would think there would be a line.
Yeah. So basically when I called Cox one time to get something fixed, I had to get her because her name was on the thing. We were not married at this point. We were living together still. So like we couldn't get this done. We're both on the lease, but we couldn't get that done. But it's fine. Just get the boyfriend on it. Okay.
Ain't no way. What is happening? And then like they didn't drop it from her siblings. I don't know what evidence goes into this, but yeah. Start checking your credit like as soon as you turn 18, because once you're 18, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be way harder to prove.
Yeah.
So you need to be on it like as soon as you see something that's weird on there.
Yeah. Well, yeah, as soon as you get frauded, every second that passes is a second that makes it harder.
Yeah.
So get on that as soon as you notice it. Don't wait. But if I would have been in that cable office and they rolled her eyes at me getting scammed, you're gonna change my stuff now.
Like, what the heck? What is that attitude for? Hello?
You were scammed. Ugh. I don't want to deal with you, scammy.
Like, that's ridiculous.
No, but that right there, that's stupid. Well, good. I was about to say, good thing she got in that coma.
Dang.
She got cleared of stuff. She was not gonna get hit with no federal charges because that's fraud. It's federal charge. Luckily, she was put in a coma. Hopefully, she came out of it. But hopefully, the daughter left after that. Ooh wee.
I hope she becomes a better person, but or must be. I guess.
Did you really just? Okay, let's go to the next video. Next video.
My dad has opened 3 credit cards in my name.
In your name?
In my name.
Over the course of how?
Like, since I was 18, since I could get a credit card.
So over the last 6 years, he's opened 3 cards in your name?
Yeah.
What is he doing with this?
DoorDash.
He's just doing DoorDash?
Yeah.
That's one of your hobbies?
Yeah. It runs in the family.
So you're both doing it, okay. So he
I've cut back, though. I've cut back a lot.
Yeah, that's what everyone says before they come on. So, but he,
Nothing. I said I swear.
But he took, what, so that's what he's spending the money on. Was there an intent? Was there conversations around it? Or did he do it behind your back?
Okay, so one of them was done completely behind my back. And that was a card that he exclusively used on his own. 2 of them were done with kind of, he did it and then he told me, but I'm kind of the one that uses those. I think though the one of them, it was because one of our cars were gonna get repoed, so he needed to take out a card in order to pay off the fines.
See, the last one, now that is the only experience I can think of to save yourself from with your kid's credit card, whatever name, but that's such a far-fetched situation. The only form of transportation to get to a job being taken away got paid with credit card. That's the only thing. Slightly. To get DoorDash though, I got throw hands.
No, even then, like there's other options than opening credit cards in your kid's name.
Yeah.
Unless you have you're doing that thing where it's not the scam, but you're building credit for them. You're actually going to pay this back rather than putting it off to the side. But there's other options.
Yeah. It's a true last. I feel like scamming your kid to that extent. It's a last resort option. The lastest of resorts.
See, at that point, I guess it wouldn't be scamming because you will pay it back.
Exactly.
But that right there.
That was scamming. Ooh, it runs in the family. That's crazy.
That's not good.
I would be so pissed. DoorDash, just go outside and get the food yourself.
But yes, freeze your credit. Do not trust anybody.
Nope.
Do not trust family members. There's always a bad one in the bunch somewhere.
Yep.
So, yeah. Just monitor it. Keep it frozen. Don't let anyone take advantage of you.
No. Next one.
One of the biggest credit misses that you have to put your parent in jail or get them in trouble to get stuff that they put in your name as a child removed from your credit report. And that's not true. You can do this one of two ways. A lot of times you can reach out directly to the company and then send them a copy of your ID and let them know that you weren't of age at the time, and then they'll go ahead and remove it. Or you can send a letter to the credit bureaus, attach an ID theft report from ftc.gov along with a picture of your ID showing that you were not of age at the time. Basically write that in your letter, list the accounts that were opened at the time that you were under 18, and they'll be removed. You do not have to go through the police department and give them your parents' name and say that they did this to get it removed from your credit report. It's just not a requirement.
So there is different ways to do it, but at that point, I guess if we wanted to avoid drama, but at a certain point, they gotta learn.
Yeah, because if they're gonna keep doing it, then charges need to be pressed.
Yeah, they going to jail. Especially if they're trifling with it, like, "Oh yeah, I did it. What are you gonna do about it?" Okay, you're going to jail. Yep. Don't play with me.
Sometimes they need to go. Not right.
First, you will need to file a police report. And then after you file your police report, go to the Federal Trade Commission's consumer website and get you a fraud affidavit. You need to completely fill that out, include your police report information, and have it notarized. After you do that, you need to contact the credit bureaus, dispute each item, and give them a copy of your police report as well as your affidavit. After you do that, I will contact the creditors directly, give them the same information to dispute. Now, with identity theft, you need to be prepared for the possibility of the creditors removing those items from your credit report, but once those are removed, 6 more items could appear. At that time, you will go to the courts and the Social Security Administration. So be prepared to have your mama charged.
Yep.
At the end of the day, even if you go through the ways without the whole charge stuff, like I feel like there's like at a certain point you gotta charge them. Yeah. It's too late.
They're just gonna keep doing it, and then they can see that they can take advantage of you because you're not gonna press charges. And they'll never learn.
Yeah, if my mom had did this to me, I'm not gonna get her a chance to do it to her grandkid. I'm not gonna just get it to any other kid. I'm gonna get revenge for all the kids that, my sister, that's all the people we have that were involved with it. You know, sometimes you gotta go to jail because then what? So you're gonna have no money and it's outside with no jail food. I'd rather you be inside with a bed and jail food.
For real. It's not okay, and they need to learn.
Exactly.
Remember, the Lord is watching you.
Good one. My mom has 3 broken leases and evictions in my name. There goes renting.
See, now that's right there.
That's not okay, because buying a house, even especially if they ruin your credit, you can't buy a house. And then, buying a house also isn't for everyone, so...
Yeah, especially when it comes to housing, it's crazy.
Pretty much just made her homeless at this point.
For real. Because he's going to be stuck in, she probably can't even get Section 8 housing with that.
That's not good.
That's homeless shelter at like level of you're screwed. Ooh,
These parents.
The Lord is watching you.
That shit is crazy. Long story short, when I was 5, my mom brought $100,000 worth of stocks in my name with my social security. It gained interest. She took it all out. Did not pay any taxes on it. So I turn 18, I get a job, and I think I'm gonna get my first tax refund or whatever. Oh my god, I look like a drag queen with this filter with the makeup. Anyways,
kind of do.
I get a letter in the mail from the IRS saying I owe $172,000. Y'all, it gained interest of $60,000, I think, and then the IRS just added more. Had to get a lawyer, and I couldn't afford one. Thank God this man did it pro bono, and now I'm clear of debt. But please do not do this to your kids.
Nah, for real. If I was a lawyer and I heard this, like, oh yeah, you get it for free.
I would be doing that all the time. Like, if I was a lawyer, I would be making no money because I would just be trying to help everybody out.
For real, like, especially when something to this, like, oh, your parent screwed you over before you had a chance. Oh yeah, most definitely, I'm doing it for free.
Cause that's ridiculous, bro. How? I think that maybe the mom thought that she was gonna be like a billionaire from this or something, but you can't just be taking risks with your child's credit. If you're not going to do it yourself, why would you put that on your child?
No, I would have been fine if my mom took out my name to get some money for some stocks to see paid back the stuff.
Obviously, she can't do that.
No, that would be stupid.
100K, 60K interest.
Is she even making money from it?
Most likely not. I don't think anyone made money. And then, like, do they transfer this debt back to the parent, or like, because can they even prove that it was the parent? Do the company just lose out?
I think they just get fined and arrested at that point.
Yeah. I don't know how any of this works, but I just know the parent is screwing over the kid, and I'm pretty sure the organization, sometimes they write it off for the taxes. At least they have that. But I don't know what else they do.
Do you want to talk about your experience when they tried to do it to you, or no?
Did they really? What?
No, when you're the loan. Not in your credit, but like.
Oh, well, it's a different topic, but it's like Parent Plus loans are for the parent. The parent takes it out. It's in the parent's name. So there are scams out here where parents are just misinformed about that too. And they think that it's the student's responsibility to pay that back. Do not let your parent try to transfer that over in your name or any of that if there was no agreement to do so. That is also illegal. That's identity fraud, and don't let them take advantage.
Yeah. So it's not that as connected. I thought it was more connected than that. My bad.
Oh, I mean, it's connected because it's also a scam.
Yeah.
But look on the FSA, Federal Student Aid website, and it will tell you all you need to know about Parent Plus loans. But just know it's not for the student. It's not in their name. It's taken out in your name if you're the parent.
So stupid.
Yeah.
Anyway, all I gotta say is if you're doing this to your kid, walk down a dark alley with a gold chain. No, I'm joking. Not really. No, I am. But no, seriously, like it's like, I'm not trying to be mean, but you're a bottom barrel.
Yeah. Please don't do this to your children.
It's so sad. And at the end of the day, they're not going to be able to afford the old folks home to shove you in to forget about you.
And hopefully you learn from the situation. Everybody makes mistakes, but if you actually want a relationship with your child and maybe you did this in the past, just try to be a better person and actually be there for your child now if they actually do accept you back.
They most likely won't.
You just stay away from the identity fraud.
Yeah, for real. It's not hard to not do identity fraud.
If you're going to do it to someone else rather than your child.
Yeah. Yeah. Just be a good person for once.
Yeah.
Just once. That's all I ask. Anyway.
Thank you for watching this video.
Yeah, this is the shortest one we did today. Anyway, thank you. Please comment, like, subscribe. You know, if you had this happen to you or had any identity fraud stuff happen to you, comment down below. Tell us the story. And I'll rate it bad to glad.
And share the video to spread awareness. And please get us to 1,000 subscribers.
Yes, please. Thank you so much for watching. leave our house. Bye.
Bye.